Thank you so much for coming out here and welcome to Anime Boston.
Thanks for having me.
It's nice to finally get to meet you. I'm Doug Engler with Anime-Zing Radio.
Yes.
And you know Angela when you were on the show with us.
Hello.
And I'm Seth Byrne with Anime Herald. Nice to meet
Hello.
you.
And I think the first question is, how have you been enjoying your time in Boston and Anime Boston?
It's been great. I mean, my in-laws live here. So my brother-in-law and sister-in-law took me out to dinner last night, along with my brother, who also lives up here. So yeah, and you know the people here are wonderful, and I've been having a great time meeting everyone. The staff are super friendly and organized. So yeah, it's been a fun time, and it's just nice being back in Boston again. I was just here for the holidays to visit with my husband, but he didn't come this time. He's watching the cat.
Go ahead.
Doug, when you transitioned into voice acting, did you have much of an acting background? I know you did a classical piano background, but what was your background in terms of acting?
I've done theater, and I've done music theater ever since I was little. And even while I was studying music, I made sure to take like the acting classes that were available to like voice majors and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, I've been acting for a long time.
And with the voice acting that you've done and the more experience that you've gained, obviously you know how much I love Delmine, and that's one of my favorite characters that you've done. What is some of the other roles that you've done, especially more recently, that our viewers may or may not know that was you, that you've really come to enjoy?
Well, I mean, I will always love Rena from Higurashi, because that role just meant so much to me, having been a fan of the original Higurashi series, and she's just such a good girl. I also really love Hei from Legend of Hei. It's based off of a Chinese comic and series, and I've used those stickers on WeChat with my family for years before the movie had actually even come out. And being able to play that character meant a lot to me, also because he's a cat, and also he shares my last name, so that was pretty great. More recently, I mean, I loved playing Lucy, which people seem to know me most for at this point. So yeah, it was my first time playing a character like that, so that was just, it was a challenge, but it was a lot of fun and an incredible experience. And one that people might not know about, Destiny from Octopus Destiny, just because also that's just like there's just not as much like buzz around that show. It's a manga series, and it's like based off of like magical girls that are born from classical music, and so they fight against these creatures that are attracted to music and destroy towns where music is played. So it's like a post-apocalyptic setting where there's like no, where there's people are not allowed to play music because it causes tragedies. And so it circles around like two people as they travel from the West Coast to the East Coast to go back to their family and stuff like that. So that's a really good one. It has gorgeous animation and artwork. Same thing, and music, and also, and yeah, my character her design's really cool, and she's food motivated, and yeah, so yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
What was your introduction to anime?
I was 4 years old in Taiwan, and I got a bunch of stickers of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I stuck them everywhere, and even 4-year-old me had good taste because I didn't stick the Kurama ones everywhere, so I still have them.
As someone who watched and really enjoyed Cyberpunk, when you got cast for that role, did you expect that it was going to become as popular as it did?
Absolutely not. Especially since it was so fast paced for me. I'd gotten a call back, I don't remember when, in like August maybe, late July, and then like after I did the call back, they were like, the day later, they were like, great, can you come to LA by the end of the week to record? And I was like, okay. So I recorded the whole thing over like a week and a half. And, you know, we were talking about the stuff, but like, I don't think anybody expected it to be as big as it was. Like, you know, we expected people would like it because also Steven Trigger always does wonderful work. But like, I don't think anybody really expected it to have the amount of success it does.
During the pandemic, I presume you built up a home studio for yourself. What was that process like, being able to, or having actually, to work from home?
So my career really took off during the pandemic. I was pretty baby before, and so you know, it was really great being able to work from home because I was able to get to the LA market, which they weren't open to beforehand because, you know, you had to be in LA. Most of that is back to LA is LA, Dallas is Dallas now, but it definitely opened a lot of doors. My home studio is just a closet. It's a walk-in closet filled with some acoustic foam, a ton of plushies, some blankets, and like 3 acoustic panels. And that's it. Like, it's tiny. Like, basically if I stand up, it's like this around me. And then there's a little shelf where I put my laptop, or not a monitor, and my mic is right in front of me, and that's it. So it's very claustrophobic, but yeah, you know, the engineers seem to really like it. I've had like a lot of clients where the engineers were like, that's a really nice space. So you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. Yeah.
One show that I've come to really enjoy doesn't get as much love as I think it should. And you have a small role, you come in towards the end of season 1 and a little bit in season 2, but By the Grace of the Gods, as Li Ling.
Yes.
She was such a fun character to see come in, and what was it like to be a part of a slice of life isekai like that?
It's so chill. It's really funny because, like, you know, Li Ling and her dad are like assassins, like, who are basically in like the equivalent of like the triad or whatever, and they just come and then they just start working in a laundry place. And it's just so funny, like, seeing that juxtaposition, because, like, you know, it's like nothing bad ever happens at the laundry place, and then, like, in the first episode of season 2, she beats up people who try to break in and, like, just, like, drives them. She's like, yeah, this is just another day. So, like, I really like the juxtaposition of their characters with the setting. But, yeah, it's just such a chill and relaxing show. It reminds me a lot of Restaurant to Another World, which I absolutely loved.
Absolutely love that one, too. Another guilty pleasure of mine,
Yeah.
which I get picked on for.
It's fantastic. I mean, I got to direct like half of season 2 of that, and it was just, I was very
The
hungry.
fact that it developed into the storyline it did, I didn't see coming. And
Yeah.
I think that's one reason why I like season 2 so much better. 1 was a great introduction to the characters,
Yeah.
and season 2 was when they really kicked the story in. And
Yeah.
Aletta is actually my Facebook avatar, so.
Oh, that's awesome. She's great, and Jill is great too.
So you just mentioned you're directing. How did you move from being just on the acting side to directing as well?
So I had shadowed some directors back when it was just called Funimation because I wanted to see how the actors worked under their direction. I wanted to do it more on an acting standpoint, and just because I was so baby. And then as the pandemic started, like, some people knew that I had been shadowing Caitlin Glass for a while. And one of them, Michelle Rojas from Studio Nano, was like, hey, how's your schedule coming over the next few months, like month or 2? Like, I might need like an AD, assistant director for something. And I was like, yeah, you know, I have time. And she's like, great. And like an hour later or so, she was like, so here's your show. It was Genki Doll. Here's your show. You're gonna be directing it. You need to watch it all this weekend and cast it because we start recording next week. So I was thrown into the fire at first, and yeah, that's how I got into directing. And after that, I started assisting Caitlin, so I had been shadowing her before, so, and her previous AD, Sean Gann, had gotten a full position.
Another show that you've done that I have seen that is very, very popular right now, Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
What was that experience like? And being here, seeing all of the Chainsaw Man cosplay, what's your take on that?
I was honestly very surprised to be cast as Sawatari, especially, but like it was great because I'm good friends with Ryan, who plays Denji, and so like it was really great to be able to like share that show with him. And I was texting him pictures of like some Denji cosplayers actually while I was down at my table. But yeah, it was incredible because like Sawatari is so cool, and like the way she appears is just, she comes and then like Samurai Sword kills a bunch of people, and then she like is even more OP than him, and then like it's just out of nowhere, and like just like it's just such a striking character that they thankfully gave more love in the anime than the manga. But yeah, it's really crazy. Like honestly, when there are like so many fans of a show, like it still doesn't feel real, you know. I still feel like that small like person who's like kind of separate from it all, and it's really weird.
So I actually want to focus on that 1 week where you were thrown into the fire. How did you do it? How were you able to decide how to cast people and do all of that?
Yeah, one, I couldn't do auditions, which was really hard. So like I would watch it, and like sometimes just like actors I'd heard before, or like or scene directed or whatever, would come to mind for the characters. And also I listened to just a bunch of demos. I was given access to the Studio Nano audition bank as well for previous shows, so I could like see similar characters and like listen to their voice to see like who would fit with who, etc., etc. And like since it was my first show, I wanted to make sure I chose like first and foremost just strong actors, and yeah, it was hard, but like I loved my cast, so.
Another show that you were a part of that I forgot that you were, we probably touched on it on the show when you were on with us, but I just went back and rewatched this past week all 26 episodes of How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom.
Oh yes.
What was it like to play Tomoe, going back to the cute animal characters that sometimes you get cast as?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Sean always sees me as the small. He calls me a little gremlin, so he is usually the one he likes to cast me as those kinds of characters. And yeah, she's a lot of fun, especially since there's like scenes where she's just eating, and I love just I find that a lot of my characters end up eating, which is fine, but I get really hungry. But yeah, yeah, she's sweet. I'm waiting for like, I think they announced another season. Don't know when. But like she has a bigger role later, especially after there's a time skip. So I'm like waiting for those moments. So yeah, because right now she's just small and talking to animals.
Did you learn anything from either casting or directing that changed how you view voice acting?
Let's see. I mean, I do like take things from people, like I don't know any like specifics, but like they're just like things that, I see somebody do and I'm like, oh, that's a really cool way to approach this and stuff like that. It definitely has helped me be more open-minded about reads and stuff like that, because like as a director, I specifically refuse to give line reads because I want the way the line is said by the actor to feel natural by the actor, and not like they're like following a specific melody pattern or something like that. So I'll say like maybe emphasize this word, or like think about this or something like that. So yeah, it's really been able to open up my senses, I guess, to like different ways people can convey the same emotion with the same words.
And you're also a cosplayer, and you like to cosplay a lot of characters that you've done. What are some of your favorite characters to cosplay?
I mean, Lucy's always fun, just because like it's not a common like type of character for me to cosplay either. Back when I did a lot of cosplay, I did a lot of guys and stuff like that. And I also love Rena. Cosplaying Rena is a lot of fun because like she's cute but also has knives and a giant machete. Another fun one is Destiny, because I could go around eating donuts and taking selfies with donuts, and it's just like it's just a lot of fun. I don't really know how to say it, but yeah. So yeah, those are probably my 3 favorite.
And have you cosplayed as Delmine yet?
I have her wig. I actually just need to finish making the outfit, but it's happening.
I have to see pictures on that.
Yeah, because the wig, the crazy part is already like, I have it, so. And I have an Onigiri bear man.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I got it custom made, so.
So as a fellow cat lover, I've never asked this question before, but what are some of your favorite cats in anime?
Ooh, let's see. Nyanko Sensei from Natsume. He's just like a raucous cat that likes to eat taiyaki and drink, and he's adorable and a big fat cat. Really, it's like things that just not coming directly to my mind right now. It's like, well, Hey is a cat in an anime, so like he's wonderful. I have so much merch with him, it's a problem. Because he's a cat.
Have you seen Sankareya with Babu?
I have not.
Babu was a cat. Basically had died due to, they fed it like a special plant or a special concoction and brought it back to life, but had a real raspy voice.
Oh,
So it's just like, bah.
Oh
And
my
that was its meow.
that's adorable. Oh, I also love, no, what's his name? The cat in, Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting.
I have not seen that.
Such a good show. It's so warm and
That's-
wholesome. but
That's
also
one
a
that
lot of drama.
one that originally was on my list, and then I got too busy,
Yeah, it's so good.
and then it just didn't. It was on a bad night.
Also, last Sunday we celebrated our 9-year anniversary, and Giovanni Cruz says hi. She was one of our.
Oh,
She
yay,
popped in.
Giovanni! Yeah,
She popped
she's
in
been,
quickly.
like, she's been busy. Like,
Yes.
yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy, like crazy. She's wonderful.
But we had mentioned that we're gonna be here, and I'd finally get a chance to meet you. And she's like, "Oh, tell me I said hi. I miss her."
Yay, yeah,
So-
I miss her too.
So, you talked about your earliest exposure to anime. What would you say is, out of all of the anime you have consumed, what would you say is your favorite?
So I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho still has a big soft spot in my heart, but I also love Slayers. I owned all of the original Tokyo Pop release of the novels, and now that they're being re-released by a different publisher, I have bought them all again. And now they finally caught up to the place where Tokyo Pop stopped, so I'm excited to like jump in and read them when I finally have the chance to. I just got the latest one recently, so I'm very excited about that. I love Kino's Journey. That's another one which I loved the novels for.
Very underrated show.
It's incredible.
It was so
Yeah,
good.
it's beautiful, it's incredible, and like just so poignant. And Kino is also just a mood. She's, because like, you know, she does all these crazy things, but like she's food motivated. She just wants a nice warm bed, and like I love the banter between her and Hermes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So good. And yeah, I think those are probably my top 3.
So apart from Slayers, what manga are you reading or anime are you currently watching?
I'm watching, well, I finished watching, but the next episode comes out tomorrow for season 2, Gundam Witch from Mercury. I'm a huge Gundam fan, so yeah, very, very excited for season 2 to start tomorrow. And most of the stuff I'm reading these days are actually Korean webtoons
Oh.
and manhwa. I have like 100 tabs open or in progress, like where I read like the new chapter every week on different apps and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my big thing right now.
Speaking of Korean webtoons, did you a few seasons back, did you watch The God of High School?
Yes, God of High School is God of High School is the one. No, that's Misfit of Demon Academy. There's so many similar ones. I didn't watch God of High School, not that specific one.
Because I know that that's one that I watched when it came out that was based on a Korean
Yeah.
comic.
I know, like Solo Leveling God is getting one in the winter. I really want Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint to get one, or The Lad of the Couch Family. Those would be great. I know China is making an anime for Who Made Me a Princess, and Riley Anna is getting an anime this season, so it's awesome.
And knowing that you're a cat lover, Do you enjoy like the cat girl aspect of anime culture and things of that as well, or do you think that's?
Also, Paper Mario 64 has a very soft spot in my heart. Zelda, love Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker. Waker's so good. And these days, one in between one would be like the Trails in the Sky games, because now there's the Trails of Cold Steel, but like the first two games are Trails in the Sky, and those are fantastic. If you really like older RPGs, JRPGs, it has that same flavor where like if you don't pick up this one book from this random person across the map before this scene happens, you're never gonna get it. So it's like, like with Suikoden and stuff like that, you might miss this one hero if you don't talk to them at the right time. But currently, I love Zelda Breath of the Wild. I love Nier. Final Fantasy 15 has a soft spot. I just really love the open world games. Xenoblade Chronicles is just incredible. The music, the maps, and the battles is just really great. Those are the ones that come to my mind first.
Zelda's coming out.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Have you fallen into the Genshin?
I actually do not play Genshin. I'm not going to say anymore, but yeah.
Leave it at that.
Last question.
Okay. Well, if you were to give advice, and I'm sure you do talk to people trying to break into the industry, what is your advice for them?
My first and foremost advice is to take acting classes. Honestly, it doesn't matter how good your voice is. If your acting does not stand out, you are not going to book consistently.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.